Hi everyone. So something has led me to this awareness to talk about it, that there is belief of how we think we should operate in the world, and there is listening to one's heart. And I always love making it clear that the word heart, central to it is the word ear. So listening to your heart has very real relevance. So obviously the heart doesn't say, hey, how you going, person? Blah, blah, blah. No, because that's the human personality has to settle in. Now, there is a rise in consciousness, so there is more light raising up through us, assistance, universally, planetarily, so that light shines through the fears we have at the solar plexus. And you can see this in the world when you can feel that there's change. Like things are happening that seems light is leading the way. Light is actually assisting the people who are lit. So if you're already lit, like you cleared some fears in yourself, and you cleared some emotion, and the emotions come to the surface because your soul is trying to push you, essentially, like lead you, the human, to clear the way for the lit feelings. So we let the energy rise through us, our heart and our throat interconnected in this expression, and the light is assisting that. The light from which we come, that makes everything possible for our creation. Mucking around, and I don't mean irresponsibly, but mucking around, playing in this world, creating the best we can. So like the future is essentially a feeling like that, where we don't have the old world suffocation of doubt. Because doubt is like congealed blood. Like the flow of what you'd want to create, the human has been living in, like trudging through the slowed down, muddy reality. So it is very real with the lotus rising out of the mud. Our higher awareness opening up. Our lives, essentially, we are central to that lotus. So for those who are still stuck in fear entrenchment, and they keep living it as though it's the usual living pattern, which is still going on the planet, obviously, because these are the times where everything is up in the air. for us to continue on in a grounded, opening awareness, essentially of ourselves. Because we are the light that the world needs, each and every one of us. So this video is about the belief in the human identity must please out there, and that's all the human can hear. It's like, I'm fully identified with my world, and they don't distance themselves enough. And it's really the embodiment of the soul that the one person needs to give belief to. So that's a very important point. So whatever that brings up for you, make sure you consider it. Because the world right now, and when I say the world, I mean us as a part of being held by the whole. The world right now is being asked, so we are being asked, more than ever, to get out there and believe in yourself. And just like our recent cards, the ants, time to collaborate. The canary, sing your own song. Bright yellow canary with his crown. And what did our horse spirit say? Freedom is yours. And yes, as the ant card said and led us to each of these, we are very supported, so make sure you consider spirit, assistance, light supporting us. And I do believe, I'm being told right now that, yeah, we can have ease and peace in knowing that that is going to get easier. There's going to be more light of us coming forward. So although right now, which I'm still experiencing, someone else thinking that hiding is going to be the whole way till his arrival, and it's completely annoying, because it's very disempowered to the individual, and that has been the symptoms I've experienced for a long time. Not personally, because I'd already evolved enough to know myself and that no one actually holds me back, in which the individual that is rising to be him, to believe in himself rather be an identity for out there. So that's why I bring this to our attention, because there is still many feeling disempowering, like it's an actual way of life. And now I did say ing, disempowering. Yes, they may feel disempowered, but that's just like jibber jabber to them. Like, disempowered, yeah, big deal. When it's an actual disempowering. Because if someone's saying you seem disempowered and you don't stop and consider what that means, then you are ongoing disempowering your life experience. So you have to come to a halt and say, disempowering. What does that mean? And I think this is where the 3D heaviness still really gets people. Because disempowering has been a natural existence. And that's what we're witnessing. The disempowering force, the momentum of it, looking like it's raising up like a wave, but it's actually being laid to rest. Which is what April was about, that there was a wave coming in, but there would be a drop. Yeah, so that's laid to rest. And I can see how we were told that there would be like a natural uprising of light where we knew our parts. Like, we just know it. Whether we can describe it or not, we'll just be being it. And that's what's being supported. Singing our own song, and freedom is ours. So we have to let the disempowering be laid to rest. So that's an individual thing where we don't fight and use our energy as though that's how we get our power back. Fight is an interesting word to be used, but what it actually means, like yesterday I was listening to how people feel about the description light warrior. Well, fight is like really for those standing up for light. So you need to be clear from the ground up that no matter what, that's what you're here to do. And that's interesting. That's exactly what they were talking about yesterday. And that's what this conversation has led me to. That's how we're all flowing together, sharing in the light network how important this is. It's not anything but that. So where we see any disempowering, we know better that we don't join the vibration anymore because we're lifting life in the light. We're not heavy lifting. We're not going into the fight and joining the vibrations and having mind wars. Our empowerment comes from within. And that starts to take over the vibration of your existence, what you see on the outside because you're attracting it from your existence, and that becomes life itself. Now that's where I can feel with the hidden energy attachment to me, because he has identified with the disempowering, in like the sadness effect of life, like I have to live this way, this is existence. It's like given in passively to that part of himself, when what life is actually wanting out of all of us, no matter what emotion, no matter for how long, life is asking you, the world, the universe is asking you, all of us on this land, earth, to not disempower anyone's self. So the word disempower really has to be laid to rest, like buried, dead and gone, under the foot for each individual. So we need to help our brothers and sisters with our energy. So how we use our consciousness, where we move our energy field to let our light enlighten. So enlightenment is like a word of the past to do with a special few. All right? So it's a word of the past to do with the special few. And we think more of it now like enlighten is to be your own delight. So what you find delight in the world, you keep doing that. You light up your own field, you'll light up others' field with your natural attraction to the delight of life. So for instance, if someone's suffering, you don't look at them and try to reflect their suffering. You look at the wholeness of the situation and from your delight of life, shine your light. Now, there is common sense and common knowledge that you're not just going to skip on into someone's suffering and say, but you know what? That's not impossible, okay? Because what that person might need is just to see someone spreading the light of their joy. Okay, that's really a miracle. That's how things are actually shifting and changing. We don't know how much we're actually doing that just by staying high in our own lives. And the acknowledgement and the support of us staying high, our own acknowledgement and support, comes from knowing the opposite. We've all had some kind of suffering. So being in the moment with your delight, because you've known suffering, we know best that staying in delight helps us, helps the world, helps anywhere. There is no limit to how your light affects anything. So if you're just spreading your joy with one person, there could be 50 other people around, and all they have to do is feel your light. Like just glance, the expression of the being. And that's what shifts. That's what lifts. So, you know, we all know that can happen in many ways. So but to be conscious of it is the thing. To actually embed in your feet on this earth and expand your light to say, in any situation, anywhere, I will be me, for me, and I will be that because it helps everybody. Not I will stop in my mind construct and make sure the outside world sees and gets from me what they want. That's the lower degrading what mentality can do to us living in this world, fearing it. You know, like we push the world away. And that's essentially what we're doing. So stand back from me, I fear you, world, but what is it you want from me? And I'll please you. As though you're constantly in debt and your life only comes from pleasing the world. There's a very disempowering thought process, fear suffocating the human life experience. And people have felt so manipulated by fear that they've given into that. And it does cause a lot of suffering. But whether they acknowledge it, that it is disempowering, and bury it. So this is why it's important to not do that. So there's no one else to blame outside of us. If we are disempowering. So sometimes people have to go through a complete different thought process. And unless they believe in themselves, they won't do that. They will just keep going down with the disempowering, as Matthias consistently does in the background. His energy still lately is like leeching and lingering on my left. And just as I was saying that the thought process needs to change, and if you don't, then you take yourself down and disempowering, he just continues the same hidden pattern. He does things to my ear, you can hear my voice change, and it is a drag and a coldness to my left. When seriously, it's a light shift change of disempowering. That's requested of him to stop disempowering himself and anyone else. Because it is not a way of gain. It needs to be put to rest. Under the foot, adios. And open up, giving back to life itself. And bowing the head to life itself and saying, thanks. Yeah, Matthias, don't expect some glamorous outcome to that. Like, that's the complete opposite that he's played. Disempowering is my gain. This is how I'll manifest. And only will I stop disempowering because when the disempowering stops, I must feel like there must be glamour there. There must be so bright a shine to light up all of me. Now, there is natural light, and you can't There is natural light in the silence of acceptance that the disempowering doesn't work. And there is not a, well, life come at me with the rewards, because he touches my private parts in this same instance of conversation, that he's waiting to receive something. I will only put down the disempowering actions and thoughts and fear of life in the world, the disempowering fear. I will only put this down and stop creating with it, Teresa, if I can, and he touches me there. If you give me that high feeling. Now, I'm not kidding. That has been the whole interplay. I'm going to stay hidden and you're going to give me that feeling. And the answer is no way. Because it's all disempowering, being invisible and stuffing around in disempowering. You've done nothing but try to disempower my life. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. I'll stuff it all up for you whenever I'm concentrating on something. Yeah, like consistently that. That needs to be put to rest. Like, let it go. Not, Teresa, make me high and I'll let it go. No, let it go. You've been guided to do a human path from birth. You need to show up for it. And if you get all excited like it's a glamorous kind of feeling, good as a human, because that's natural light. We're all meant to feel excited and happy about changes and meeting people and the excitement of the future and living on this planet temporarily and all that we could attract from our excitement. Yeah, and nothing hidden. So give it a friggin' rest. Immediately would be nice. Oh yeah, it's a choice. Drop that, show up. I've been extremely patient because when I know I need to do something and I've got someone attached and I know what he needs to do and he's completely stuffing around as though someone must give me that high. No. Stop your in-between to and fro. Way too much dicking around for too long. I might leave it there at 28:33 on the clock. The most important message was we have all the support in the world for empowering ourselves and ourselves to stay empowered, to share that empowerment with others. Because that's our true light, power. Anything else is going to fall away, but it's just like, when will people actually wake up to that's the reality? Okay, and it's not they have to completely wake up on their own. It's how we share ourselves as well. And remember, it's not matching the suffering, but it's using your light as to what your light reaches to share it. Always making sure, you're grounded in yourself, that you are empowering, feel well. God bless everyone. Thanks for joining me again. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.